Okay. All right. So you kind of run up there. You're just kind of doing your thing. Give me just a quick acrobatic check to see how well you make the jump.
All right. It's going to be 24.
Oh yeah, you were fine. You're dude smooth as silk.
All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and shout, yep, yep.
All right. You pull up the carpet and hop onto it.
And I'm going down as fast as I can.
All right. Okay. Izu, what you doing?
I I start using minor illusion to SOS the Dragonborn ship.
Okay, make me a perception check.
What? I don't see anything. I might see something actually.
You do. Okay, so what you'd basically notice is that the Dragonborn ship had been trying to pull upward. The last command is go up, so they are now up. But you also see them; they are up in the sky and they're ascending directly down towards Tiamat, like on a direct collision course with her.
Huh. Oh, they're doing that.
No, don't do that.
Do it, guys, do it. I fully support this.
Okay.
How high up am I?
Oh, you guys are about roughly 500-600 feet up, give or take.
Man, that's gonna be a long fly down.
Are you feather falling, or are you just kind of riding?
I'm going to be saving my fourth level slot.
Okay.
That is my last spell slot. I'm going to be saving it for when I need one.
Okay.
So I'm just going to be like flying down as fast as I can without going at a terminal velocity.
All right. You guys start flying down. You move out of the way. The ship is coming. So Alagrax. Oh, sorry.
And I'm going like the opposite direction of Tiamat in my descent.
Okay.
I know a shit show when it's about to happen. I do not want to be there.
All right. Alagrax. You are there. Tiamat is basically going right over to the control collar. She's got control of your body. She pulls out her weapon, and you see the thing that's got to light up with flame. You see a whoosh, and it's kind of this black energy, and then she kind of looks up and she sees the dragon's veins on her coming straight down, directly for you. And she looks at you, or she kind of lays it. She looks down, and she sees the city below, where her current body, the dragon form of her, is. And she sees this ship coming. And she looks at you. I can destroy this thing before me. Or I can save this ship. What do you want me to do, champion?
I guess this has to be a split decision, or can I ask a question?
You guys question. This thing's gonna. You got 2 rounds before this thing connects.
What is the body without you?
A husk.
Let's save the ship.
A husk in controls, but a husk under someone else's control. Probably the better option. The other answer.
Won't it burn itself up? I mean, if it's just a husk, there's nothing left to control it. And I don't know about the self-destruct thing about Tiamat getting free, do I? Because I was already in when they found that out, didn't he?
No, you guys knew a little bit about that beforehand. Because you guys sensed that as you were approaching it, so you may have got a little bit of that.
Okay. I'll just give her a little bit of that. It's like the body will take care of itself.
Okay. So you see from there the wings kind of spring out from the back, and she launches herself off. Well, she does two things actually. So this is what happens. So she kind of moves over to the control collar, reaches her hand, grabs a hold of it, and then your wings flap out, kind of pull out, and she launches herself up in the air. And she pulls the control collar out. As she does that, you see a series of explosions set off. You see one after the other, two continuously castings of what looks to be meteor swarm. They're coming down. They're designed specifically to pump the shit out of its body. You come down here, boom, boom, boom. Fortunately, they are out. They're close enough together that it does not hit the ship, but it just starts battering Tiamat. The body, the skull, everything kind of comes in and just swarms up. So I need you to go ahead and roll me a dexterity save with advantage to see if you and Tiamat make it out of this. She has a divine bonus to this.
I'm gonna need it. 12. I still have an inspiration, apparently, on my character sheet. Can I add that?
You want to use it?
Yeah?
Okay.
What is that? A D...
Is that the Bodic inspiration?
I thought I used that, but I mean, my character... I only put that... I'm very careful about that. I only put it if I get it. And I thought I used yours. And if I did, I would have removed that. But now it's there again. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Okay. So what would that be?
D8 right now, right?
Yes.
Give me it. It's a 1! I'm not inspired.
Okay. It comes up, and you see part of the storm coming like towards her, and she instantly recognizes that this body is still like ridiculously like wrecked, and she knows that if she doesn't do something. So what she basically does at this point is she spends a legendary resistance to pass the save.
Okay. Sorry.
But in doing so, her control is gone. You are now in the driver's seat.
Yep. Oh boy.
Your wings are out. You have the thing in your hand, and that thing feels massively heavy. There are meteor swarms kind of boom, boom, coming down all over, and you see the dragon, the Cyber Lich, getting pelted and just getting knocked to and fro from the side. And you see the dragon's main ship is kind of making a course still directly onto her. And in your head, you hear the captain of the Bane's Honor. He makes a mental connection with you. It says, "Tell the world the crew of the Bane's Honor fulfilled their duty."
Oh.
And like you see the entire ship. It's like you're flying up through here. And the ship, like you guys still can't see me, but okay, the ship comes up and you just kind of flies right next to you. You feel the wind as like the meteor swarm starts pelting the part of the ship, just keeping you from getting hit. And they drill directly into Tiamat, and they kind of tumble in or in. The ship cracks. There's a big sound of just cracking stone metal as it just rendered above, and you hear the crew on the inside. They are cheering. They're like, "Yeah!" And like she goes flying, and enough force you kind of see her get pushed back, and they connect. They hit the ground at like rough terminal velocity, and you see like the big divide, a crack, pretty much opens up in the earth. But fortunately, this is outside of Babylon. It hits a mostly deserted area from what it looks like, and you see the ship in cinders. You see the dragon laying there, and skeletal all about, almost like this majestic angel laying in the ground, and nothing's moving.
Wait, aren't I dead too? Aren't I on Tiamat, or was it me that sprouted the wings? You said.
No. Tiamat took control of you.
Yeah.
She had your body. She flew off the dragon. She intentionally set off the failsafe.
Okay.
And so you're flying up in the air, wings out.
Oh, I got wings? Okay. Sorry if I didn't fall, because I guess I'm just kind of dumb. I thought Tiamat grew an extra set of wings or something. Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay, now I've got up.
I should differentiate between Tiamat and Cyber Tiamat. And you hear from that point, everything goes silent. You all are watching this play out from above. The dragon is down. It is not moving. The dragon's bane ship has been ripped asunder. You see several pieces all over the place. And the thing that breaks the silence is a giant, resounding cheer erupting from all of Avalon. You're a, yeah! Like, she's dead. She's dead. Alrax, from in your mind, you hear Tiamat talks to you. Do they really hate me this much?
I'm still struck with the grief that, hey, that couldn't save the ship and crew. I'll just reply back to her, be like, thousands of years going what you go through, but as a mortal, not the best reputation.
All right, we're going to go through one by one here real quick. All right, Cedra, you see this event happen from your viewpoint on the galaxy. You see the double meteor swarm just kind of pelting this creature as it also gets connected from the Dragon's Bane ship as it goes sailing into the ground. And you feel like you almost feel the shockwave come up to the ground as it comes up, as it kind of impacted with enough force through dirt, sky high out of the air, almost you can smell it and taste it.
Sitting in the air on my flying carpet, I take out my flask and go ahead and take a drink. Well, so much for both.
All right.
I pour a little bit out over the cityscape of the fallen crew.
pour one out for the boys. Okay. All right. Hizu.
Blade Wolf, maximum shields, we're getting the fuck out of here!
You got a cube up?
Yep.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen? I run into a few birds? I'm in the sky! There's nothing I can clip into.
Okay. All right. You're up in the sky. You doing your thing. You kind of watch what happens. And
I can't fucking hear anything.
No.
Yeah, well.
Cedra, you hear. Tell me you're alive. 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 And it's in your head. And you recognize as Queen Eve.
Take a moment to myself, just think. I mean, suppose most of us are, at least those of my crew.
Okay, then you hear, this is Princess Katie. She makes it, like, and you hear, like, you can sense in her voice there's, like, this very underlying tone of like suppressed grief. And you hear her say, "Is it over? Has the dragon been stopped?"
It's been sent to the ground, but can't tell you whether or not it's stopped till the smoke clears.
Okay. What would you like to do at this point? Algrax, you were in complete control of your body. Cedra, you were flying on your carpet. And Izu, you were flying on Blade Wolf.
I'm currently in a bubble.
Correct. The bubble gnome.
I suppose I'd wait a few moments for any smoke to die down from the crash.
I'd fly into it. Or fly to it.
Okay. You fly, so because you could just basically cut the wings out and just kind of free fall down for as far as you want. Then just pull back out and fly the rest of the way.
Oh, okay. I can do that now. Now it's not a 1 minute per short rest thing anymore.
Right. You have permanent wings now.
Yay! Sure.
Okay. You fall down, you get there. You are the first one to get there. And you see the remains of the ship. You see the, lack of a better term, the smoking crater. You see what the meteor swarm did to this construct. You see the destruction. You see the fire, and you see, most importantly, you see no regeneration, and you see the shattered control collar that once shackled the head of Tiamat. And you see the shattered skull. Its jaw is kind of unhinged from the side. It's like a big crack going along its edges. And she whispers, she says to you as she looks at this destruction and devastation, "I have a vendetta. we will need my other heads. You find them, and I will help you kill every last one of these things."
I'll look to her and be like, "Let what you were be. Now you must be what? Now you must be better."
Do not tell me what I must be. And you get a really good idea, a good sense of she may have agreed to your deal, but she has that God mentality.
Then how many more like us do we have to create? I'll remind her again of all the fucking pain and suffering, and her kid, and me. It's like all the shit that it has to stop. I'll just leave it at that. And I'd like to go look for, see if there's any survivors from the Dragon's Bane ship.
Ooh, hold on. Let me see if you kind of come along and you kind of start looking through. You pull over planks of wood. You start pushing things over, and you don't see any survivors. You see like people were, for lack of a better term, liquefied on impact. You do see what looks to be, because it was like the ship hit impact and the rest of the ship kind of came through, and it just splintered and like blew itself apart, and the metal structure just kind of even embedded itself even further in the ground, cutting this cybernetic lich in half. Now, as you two are still up in the air, Jordan comes by and asks, "Need a ride?"
I think I'm good up here for the moment.
Okay, well, there's a present down the hole for you guys. I think you might want to see it.
Can I wait?
Yeah, I can wait. I'm gonna head down there.
Alrighty.
And I'll come up, pull up to Kizu, and do the exact same thing.
I can't hear shit.
Right, but he pulls up to you in the galaxy and says, "Hey, need a ride?"
I like motion to say I can't hear you.
Did you cut off sound and air from your thing?
I'm currently on the highest one.
Which one's that?
Dad, nothing can get through. Just nothing can pass through the barrier. Nothing can pass through the barrier walls for the exceptions.
Okay. Then Jordan will fly down and he'll land. He'll basically kind of hover the galaxy above the crash site. You start noticing people start kind of filtering out from the town. They kind of look to see what's going on. And you just, seems like the people are mostly also in a bit of a shock and surprise. There's also a lot of almost joy of like being faced with almost certain death and coming out the other side. There's definitely a very heavy sadness to what's going on, to what they see. And as the people start walking over, Alagax, you would see this mostly. You see that people are just kind of lined up by the crash site. They're kind of filtering in from the town. And you see them dragging like pieces of Mechanus. You see them, they have beat the crap out of everything that was attacking their city. They just leveled it. And you see them just kind of dragging like bits and pieces of it and coming over. And they all kind of stand around the crash site. They see the Dragon Bane ship. And you hear them singing like a song. You see like this chant. And you recognize the chant because it's in Draconic. And they all give this the symbol that the Dragonbane military always salutes with their fist above their hearts. And the heads kind of bow down. They're all doing that. They all offer their own little prayers, their own little moments of thanks for the sacrifice of this crew. So a little bit later, you notice that the queens come out, and they have been crying. You see the look on their faces; their tears stream down, and she walks up to Eldrax. I think he's the one here at this point. What happened?
Just put my hands out. I'm assuming I got blood and, well, not assuming, I do. I do have blood and tears
Oh yeah,
going down my face.
right.
It's like the end. That's it. I just say just around, be like the end.
All right. They both turn around. They address everybody. They take their crowns off. They hook them together so they can address the entire city. People of Avalon, a great danger threatened our town, threatened our city. And she kind of stops for a moment, a little bit choked up. Great sacrifices were made today. Not everyone made it through. but we will persevere. Avalon will persevere. Valorous will persevere. The world will persevere. But it is not over. And then Eve takes it over, and she talks about this. This was a declaration of war. They attacked our homes. They attacked our people under the banner of peace.
Wait,
What did you say?
no, am I getting the sense that wait, is she talking about Dragonbane?
Yeah, you get a pretty good indication of that.
Can I connect to her real quick and be like,
Okay,
wait?
okay, before you do that, is there any indication that Dragon's Bane did not declare war?
They fought against Tiamat and sacrificed themselves to kill it?
Right, but who issued the order? It was by Tiamat. They dropped the Mechanus. They're being led by Dragonbane soldiers.
Just because. And you also have Dragonbane ship and soldiers also sacrificing themselves to stop it. It's not the nation, it's...
Are you going to actually argue with us right now? Roll me an insight.
22.
She is actively grieving something you haven't seen yet, and she is very angry. You can choose to argue with her you want to, but it may not result in the best outcomes. Do you remain silent or do you interrupt her speech? All right, she continues.
Yeah.
For today, we are at war. We are at war with mechanical monstrosities. We are at war with people who would seek to do us harm for no reason. We are at war with the honorless of Dragon's Bane. But that is not our first priority today. We will pick up. We will mourn our dead and take this time to recover. But we will make them pay. We will secure our borders. We will make our alliances and know that we are not alone. For in this time of trouble and tribulation, we have allies. We have people that risk their lives to keep us safe, and that will continue. Let's bury our dead and prepare for war. And they both pull the crown apart and put it back on their heads. And the entire crowd gets kind of a somber look, and they're like, they're kind of very crestfallen. As you can look out and you see the city, and the once majestic metropolis that this was is still smoking. A good portion of it's still laying in ruins. And they head back. They start moving back towards the castle.
As everyone's as they head back towards the castle, and this crowd just almost like a sadness in the air. Dean sits up cross-legged on his carpet. Thinks, is this what it takes to rule a kingdom? These sacrifices and this war. I pull out the old crown of Rixon. I think to myself for a moment, what did he mean when he said that there still might be something with this? And I look out over the city once more. One way to find out. And I put on the old Frost Queen and Rixon bonded crown.
All right, you're putting the crown on.
Yeah, what better time?
Okay. You put the crown on. Give me a. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save. The DC is pretty low.
Oh,
Not that low. Okay. All right. But you still get the idea. Like you put the crown on, and the first impression you get an image of Widow's Dawn. You see the place, you see the thing, and you get an idea that you almost can feel the people. And you almost feel that you could speak to them if you chose to. But there's something else underlying from that has been twisted and warped, that you basically can feel that from the Ice Queen's effect. This thing had an original purpose at one point. It was tainted and changed by her proximity.
and I take the crown off and I tuck it back into my bag. I'll come back to that later. And I'll start making my way back to the ship.
Okay. All right, Hizu. You were close enough to hear that entire speech. What do you do?
Heartwarming. Now then, let's get into the excavation. I'm gonna see what I can salvage.
Okay, yeah, the place is surrounded by guards. It's kind of been cordoned off for the most part. You can attempt to salvage stuff if you choose to do so.
Alright then, let's go do some salvaging.
All right, so you're spending the rest of your time salvaging, right?
Huh?
You're going to spend the rest of your time salvaging.
I don't see anything else that's more important.
That's a city burns around it.
Look, I'm on a spell slot. What is an artificer to do? Build a house?
Sounds like you're an engineer.
Build important infrastructure? Help people? Nah, I'm gonna go see what guns I can find out from the wrecked boat.
All right, so he's just going to be busy for a couple hours.
Yep.
All right, so Aligrax and Cedar, I'm assuming you guys are going back to the ship. Unless Aligrax has to do something else.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Yep.
I want to be there where the ship and Tiamat's corpse are. I want to take off my armor, take the dragon's death sword, and plant it them both in the ground. Lay them down as like a bodiless burial.
Okay.
Oh, great.
As you start taking your armor off, the symbol that was originally on the front has changed to a 5-pointed star that you recognize as a symbol of Tiamat. Do you still leave it?
Can I have a conversation with Tiamat?
If you want to, he's in your head.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, do you really want your symbol on this? What this represented?
Yes. the cycle is to be ended. What that used to mean needs to change.
Can you leave them both on there?
Yes, but I demand the front.
Sorry, I didn't hear that one. What do you? I demand
He
what?
said, I demand the front. So the old symbol will be on the back, the shoulder area. The her symbol will be on the actual chest plate.
Okay, then I'll just lay the armor standing up, so it's not on its back or its front.
Okay.
And I'd like to leave the Dragon's Death Sword straight through it.
Okay.
Not through the armor, but like through the neck.
Right.
That
Like through the whole, like,
yeah.
like you're positioning it so it stands on its own next to the sword.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Anything else? So you kind of like, as you're there, you see Yuzu coming up and very eagerly starting to like rummage through stuff.
Hey, cool, a new sword!
I don't pay him any mind.
Okay.
Unless he touches my stuff. Are you trying to touch my gear that I'm putting down?
I'm currently looking at this panel right now.
Can I insight check him, see if he's gonna snatch my gear?
I mean, I don't think you really need insight for that. Just
Yeah, do you really need to insight that?
He's basically, you're going to get that eye line and he's going to just stuff in his bag of holding.
Absolutely.
Can I call over some guards?
If you really want.
Sure. Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right, can I come over? Yes, sir. How can we help? And these guys they look very like battle worn. Their armor's very dirty, dusty. They got dents in the side of their helmets. One guy's arm is still bleeding, but they're like kind of holding their weapons and taking their stand. They kind of walk up to you, see the group of three of them. Yes, sir. How can we help you?
I'll point to my gear that I have on the ground and be like, that is a grave of fallen heroes. Do not let anyone desecrate it, especially him. If he touches it, kill him.
He kind of looks over at you like, yes, sir. I'll need to get orders from above. We were just told to keep the people away because we don't necessarily know if there's any dangerous chemicals or random magic still in the area. But I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. And I'll be looking at you, Hizu. I know you got your back turned. You can you're listening to me. I know.
Just looking at this barrel of stuff, you know?
Right, and with eye contact, I'll walk up to you, and then I'll just lean over your tiny little fucking body, just stare at you for a good 3 seconds, be like, touch it, I will burn your fucking soul.
I like take off my headphones. What you fucking say?
I'll do a telepathic. I'll put my hand on him and just have Tiamat also chime in on this if she wants. Touch it, and I'll burn your soul.
Okay, good luck if you can find it, because I misplaced it.
I can give it back to you for a price.
Ah, please, Dragon God, we both know we have no fucking idea where my soul is.
Just walk away.
Okay. All right, as you're walking away, he's just doing his thing or whatever. The guards are standing by the grave site that you kind of put in there. So
All the guards have died. Nah, I'm just kidding.
All right, Cedra. You make your way back to the ship. You're greeted by Jord and the rest of the crew. They're all standing around as you basically
Right,
line
you
up.
said you had something in the hold.
Yeah, a gift from the captain before they mutinied. You might want to come check. Well, it's actually more the brig, but yeah. Kind of starts walking down, leads you over, and you kind of come around the side, and you kind of going down the thing, go like the second down the third deck below, the bottom area of the brig's at. And in the brig, you see tied up the scientist that was there. And he kind of looks up at you, and his hands are tied, his face is kind of bruised up a little bit, his feet are tied. And he looks up, he's like, yeah, well, let me guess. They failed.
So, why'd they bring you down here?
Apparently, they thought I'd had some useful information, and well, they couldn't get much out of the general after they killed him. So I convinced them that they should better let me live. And
The general's dead.
yes, the captain started a mutiny and lopped his head off and took control of the ship.
Got it.
And apparently, I was too close to the captain. They didn't trust me, despite my rather engaging personality and desire to help.
So, what do you know about the mechanics?
Quite a lot. Tell you what, I'm willing to speak to anybody and tell you what I know under certain conditions. I would like full immunity and, if possible, asylum, because I like to continue breathing. Can you arrange that by chance?
You'd like to live?
I would. I am just a humble asylum seeker. My country's been overrun, and the heads of state have been switched out for other creatures and robots, and I just want to be a good person. And you doesn't even take with your insight, you get this guy is completely full of shit. Like he is hiding something, and you know he knows. Like he knows a lot.
I bet you tell me the truth and I make your death painless.
Well, would you even believe me if I told you the truth?
You could give it a shot.
I suppose. What exactly do you want to know?
How much of the Mechanus has taken over Dragon's Bane?
The whole place. We welcomed them in with open arms. They provided us with high-tech weapons, armor, controls for robots. We didn't even have to fight our own wars anymore. New technology, new ways of thinking.
Is there any chance of separating the two?
Perhaps, but you're probably going to need to completely eradicate the entire command structure. But you know what the really, really funny part about all this is?
You have a way we can access the plane of Mechanus.
Yeah, a gate, center town.
Good enough for me. Alright, so, proper authorities, yes?
Yes, I would love to talk to the proper authorities. I have plenty of information. Asylum. They like that word. I'm seeking asylum.
Right. Is he like tied up in a cell here?
Yeah, he's inside. He's actually inside the brig. It's locked, and he's got like ropes around his like wrists and like his ankles.
Alright. Come with me, I suppose.
Okay.
And as I stand him up out of the brig, I'm going to break his wrist.
Well, I just. Why? Like I told you, I would tell them everything. You don't need to do that.
Yeah. I don't need to. I just really wanted to.
Give me your captain.
And I'm gonna start taking him directly to the castle if I can, to where the queens are.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to, Jordan will fly you up directly to the balcony.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. And with that, we will time stop on today's session.
Woo! We did not die.
This time.
Yeah, I was one roll away and the ship would have been saved, I'm guessing, right?
Not, well, kind of, sort of. There was, because when you guys, the idea was, okay, yeah, you guys want to go over the way I had it planned out and what kind of got changed? You guys got time?
Yes, absolutely.